This episode of Gripping Golf is brought to you by Sycamore Ridge and Senior View.
Now he's pretty easy.
We're about to shoot a shot. What?
What?
Do I know what to say? Welcome to another exciting episode. Exciting episode of Gripping Golf Podcast. This is a product review that we're doing. But before we get to that product review, we've got a couple things out there that we need to talk about. Nelson Hill, which is a premier leather builder here in Kansas City, offers some fine, buttery soft leather for golf products, and you can get 10% off your order if you use the promo code GrippingGolf.
All one word.
One word at nelsonhill.co.
It's got
it's .co. It's .co.
No M.
No M. No .com. It's just .co for Nelson Hill. And then the other one is, and I've got to find it, but what we're reviewing today. So you know what? Stay to the end of this, and we'll give you a nice little thing.
You're gonna want
to stay.
You're gonna want to stick to the end.
You're gonna want to stay. Not just me. You are gonna want to stay. So Dave, what are we reviewing today?
So today, maybe I should pull it up as well. But we're reviewing the HOLEMORE again. But this now is the tour
version.
Yeah, the tour, the HOLEMORE Tour.
HOLEMORE by Boomerang Putting.
Yeah. So this is the latest Boomerang Putting Trainer. And so the whole thing about the Boomerang is it's supposed to be something that you can take on the road. You can set it up pretty much anywhere. We previously reviewed the HOLEMORE.
We did.
And Alex, the creator of the Boomerang HOLEMORE system.
Yeah.
Took a look at our review, listened to it, really
found
liked
it online.
Yeah,
found it online.
Wow. Yeah, if you're interested, it's online.
It's on YouTube.
Yeah.
The YouTube.
Go check it out
on the line, and reached out to Billy and said, "Hey guys, I like the review. How about I send you the newest version of it, and you can review it because the one you did is old. It's old news.
Yeah.
It does
it's old news.
Yeah,
it's old.
Forget
hat.
about it.
Yeah,
it was version .0. We're on version 2.0.
Well, we have Dave bought all the versions. Well, not all the versions. I'm sorry. I said that wrong. The first two.
You bought multiple versions.
I have multiple versions.
Yeah.
I don't know which versions in the assembly line they are, but I do have two versions of it. This would be the third that I've had the pleasure of experiencing. So, but Pete had never had the pleasure of trying out the HOLEMORE. So let's start, first of all, with the version that we've already done the review on. The very first one that you tried this evening.
Yeah.
Give us your thoughts on it, Pete.
I liked it. It really kind of forced you to sit down and think about really the speed and trying to get it up into the cup with the right speed. I was lucky enough to do it on the second ball I hit.
Bragger.
But then to knock out that ball, it took
that's a lot.
I
think that's almost harder.
And we got to back up a second. He never sat down when he was doing any
of
this putting.
Addictive.
He never. It
is addictive.
It is addictive. But you said it forces you to sit down. To be clear to our listeners and viewers, you never sat down.
Yeah. No, it was good.
Okay.
But looking at the next iterations of the product, there are things with the new ones that I like.
Oh, totally.
Yeah. So
absolutely.
So one of the things that we had discussed in our previous review, one of the cons that we said is that the mat was so fast. And one of the ways that Alex remedied this is now the HOLEMORE Tour version comes with two mats. One that's the same speed, 12.5 on the stimp, and that one stretches out to, I believe, 11 feet. And then there's an 8-foot mat that rolls at an 8.5 on the stimp. And I do want to correct something that I said before. I think previously I said there were 3 different levels to the trainer. There are actually 6.
6?
Okay.
Yeah.
Because my brain did not flip the foot apparatus on it.
Oh, okay.
So if you flip it, there's 3 additional
Is that when
lower
it goes
levels.
really low?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
which was really hard.
Really hard.
Yeah.
Really good to practice with.
Yeah.
That was apparent.
Right. Right. And so the other difference so we got 2 mats. The ramp is the same, slightly different shade of green. I'm looking at them over my shoulder. It also comes with 2, they're called level up discs. So basically what it does is it makes the lip that the ball falls over smaller.
Yeah, so
to
it
create
goes
an
from
even bigger challenge.
90% fascinating to 10% frustrating to 90% frustrating, 10% fascinating.
Right.
Yeah, which is fine. That's fine. You know?
Right.
Yeah, and then he also includes a phone cradle so you can record your putting stroke and kind of take notes on yourself. So
I found it incredibly I see what you're going with the 90-10 there, and I 100% agree with you. But
that's the way I felt when I put one of those.
Oh,
in,
yeah.
I mean, I need to use.
But I didn't want to leave.
Oh no!
I was
no,
I will conquer this.
Exactly.
Yeah. But it was frustrating.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and you get right to that lip.
Yeah.
Right to that edge.
Yeah.
And you're like,
oh.
Yeah, and I think that's the hook on it.
Absolutely.
Is
you know,
to succeed.
right after you've hit it. After
Whether
doing it
it's
enough,
money.
you
Yeah,
know,
exactly.
like you're like, damn it.
Yeah.
Just come back now.
Yeah.
Like,
where's the other ball? I'm already reaching. There's several times I was already reaching for another ball. Like, that's nowhere.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that new version's awesome.
Yeah. So let's go around the room. Let's talk about what we liked about the new version. And we'll start with Pete since he's directly in front of me.
So what I liked about the new version, so there's 2 lines on the putting mat, right? Using a mallet putter, it really, as we saw early on, I was pulling a lot of putts. And you can tell when you square it up, like, okay, I'm over the ball, I'm square. But the second I'm coming back, I'm either taking a little bit outside or maybe I come inside a little bit and overcorrect, and like immediate feedback of where that ball's traveling down between those 2 lines. What is that, about 2.5 inches wide? 3?
It's a little bit wider than a golf ball.
Yeah.
A little bit less than 2 golf balls side by
Call it
side.
2.5.
But
the lines?
I mean,
the line. Okay.
But it was like
gotcha.
immediate feedback.
Yeah.
Like we said, we knew practicing hitting
Exactly.
how far it was going to go, but I also knew when I started hitting it, like when I was getting offline. So not only was the feedback like I don't have the speed right, my stroke is crap too. So let's reset and like focus on trying to get either straight back, straight through, or because I had 2 putters that probably didn't help the whole experience. But
nothing wrong with multiple putters. It's okay.
Well, not back to back trying to figure something out.
Yeah, that's fine.
But with and then
Did you figure anything out?
I did. Like
Okay.
You knew when you hit a putt the right speed that you were going for, and where you like either really hit it on the sweet spot and down the middle,
Right.
And that thing was true. And we even said, like, if you didn't hit it a little bit right, the floor wasn't exactly super level. Like there's a
Right.
little bit of variation in it.
I struggle with that in my
Totally fine.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
No.
You adapt, but at first, it's kind of you're trying to get like when you first put it down, you're kind of like, okay, why is it going over there? Is that me or am I?
Right.
And so then it's like, okay, I got to aim a little bit left for us because it was breaking right.
Yeah.
So, but yeah,
But definitely a takeaway was it's a good speed trainer, right?
Oh,
Just to really hone in on that distance you're trying to hit.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I expected. But once I got over to the ones with the lines on it, it also really helped me. Like, hey, you're not even square. Your putter face is coming through closed, or maybe you're pushing a little bit. And so that was a really added nice little bonus to know. Okay, yeah, if I practice on this, as Dave has said, 20 minutes a night, like, I might not drop more putts, but I'm definitely going to lag a lot better.
You might drop more putts.
I think you'll drop more putts.
Yeah,
I think
will.
you become more confident in your stroke, and then you trust it.
Yeah.
And I think that's not a general statement to the HOLEMORE or Boomerang putting device. I think that's just putting the time in to practice. But
True.
But I definitely think that the device is helping with that.
Yeah.
Build that confidence.
It's got
Good
attributes in it that help you
Yeah.
understand your swing.
100%.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, John, what did you like about it?
Oh, I think it's great. I love the fact that there's 2 speeds.
Yeah.
And here's why. Because if you live anywhere that's not Florida or California, your greens are going to get fast in the summer, more than likely slower in the winter.
Mm-hmm.
So you can practice both paces, which I love. I know that I said I'm trying to think. I think I enjoyed some graphics on the mat. This is the perfect amount of graphics.
Mm-hmm.
For me, my putting, you've watched my putting stroke online, you know that it needs a little love.
Mm-hmm.
I can make sure that my path is on the right line. I can make sure that everything's coming together. And if it looks right when I set the putter down, toe high. But it comes through and it comes on
We're
the putter
definitely
well.
cutting to a video of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Toe high insert video.
Yeah.
But for me, it helps me know that I'm doing everything right. I think it's the perfect amount of like graphics, lines, everything.
Yeah.
Because I can find a spot on it that's not going to get in my head and put on something that doesn't have much. So.
And there's literally spots on it for you to put your ball.
Absolutely.
And with designated distances, it has meters and feet.
Yeah.
Since it's made in Australia.
Yes. Oh,
yes.
And we're slow to come to the metric system here in America.
We're never going to get there.
We're never going to.
2140.
Exactly.
But I mean, honestly, the 2 speeds is great because you are more than likely going to encounter that within a year of golf. So having that as like the main driver, that puts it heads and tails above the other putting mats that we ever tried.
Yeah. And I think with the 2 speeds and the 6 different levels of height.
Oh, yeah. It's totally customizable.
Super versatile. Yeah. Yep. And I've actually watched a bunch of Alex's videos on Instagram where he explains how to determine the distance to go with the certain ramp heights and things like that. It's super informative.
Yeah, I would say that was something I learned today. That you were talking about, the fact of like, drop it and let it roll out. That's where you're supposed to start from. That was that changed it for me. So
yeah. Billy, what'd you like? Or I'm sorry, Pete, I cut you
No,
off there.
go ahead, because I'm sure one of you will talk about it here shortly.
I love it. I think it's a really great product. I think that there's a lot of science and thought process that goes into the fact of why it's set up the way it is. We hit a lot of shots and putts, some putts that where 2 balls ended up in that cup. And it didn't really dawn on me till the end when Dave said, well, that means you're not hitting it right. And I kept
Head
thinking,
on collision.
I kept thinking, I kept thinking, I was like, oh, there's something wrong with this. And then when you said that, I'm like, oh no, there's something wrong with me.
Yeah. You just missed your target.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's a small target for that second putt.
I think I think for me, I think it's a good addition to a putt, having something at home. I'm not sure it would be the only thing I would have at home. I kind of like having something that maybe is a little bit wider.
Yeah.
And I don't, that is not a slam on Boomerang. That's a slam on all of them. Like all of the putting devices that you go home, you're not standing on the same level that you're putting on. And that frustrates me.
That's true.
That frustrates me a little bit. And not that a 1/4 of an inch makes that big of a difference, but it does.
It does.
We've talked about it. You can feel it in your feet.
Exactly.
Well, I mean,
it's like putting in tennis shoes versus your golf shoes.
I was going to say,
like that.
you likely might putt on this barefoot.
Yes.
And that changes things. But, it changes things for every putting mat.
Right.
But I know that the narrowness here is so you can take it on the road.
I think 100%. Yeah. And I think that there is such a more addictive factor to this than other ones.
Yes.
Like the perfect practice putting trainer. Did I say that right?
Pretty close.
Okay.
Close enough. Yeah.
That thing is great. It's cool. There's 2 holes at the smaller hole and stuff like that. But this is just a different level of tedious and
focus.
And
the level of focus that it takes.
And it's like, the putt out device is really cool and it's really neat when you get that thing in the hole and it stops. And it's like, oh, I did it. I hit the perfect pace and everything like that. But this is on a different level of trying. When you get it, you're like, heck yeah, I got it. Like the perfect putting mat or the putt out trainer, pressure putt out trainer. I don't think I sit there and try to get it in that little hole every time. I'm just trying to make the putt. With this, I'm sitting there trying to hit it the correct distance. I'm trying to hit it straight. I'm trying to get it to land in that, to rest, and then hit the second one to knock it out.
And the other thing, getting it in there, and I did it more when the ball was already in there, is trying to knock it out. There's no cheating it. Like, if you don't hit it, the first one with the right speed to really kind of drop it in there, it'll roll around it and come right back out. And then the second one, like you were saying, we did get a couple balls stuck up there. I hit more balls that went around the damn ball and didn't touch it in there and came right back to me. And I'm like, what? Like, it's making you hit.
But every putt that came back to you that went around it would have been a missed putt on the course.
It would have been. And it made you hit that, 4 millimeter spot right in the middle to get that ball back to you.
Yeah. I think that's the genius aspect of it, that second putt.
Yeah.
And I know we focused on the speed of the putt when we talked about it the first time, about knocking that ball out, but it's really the accuracy.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's a combination.
You only need to move that ball back halfway into the cup for it to roll back down. And that's as far back as it needs to go. So it just has to be a solid strike right in the middle of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which means that your putt went dead center at the right pace.
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly right.
Aim small, miss small.
Right. Yeah. So
so they say.
Yeah. So what I liked is a lot of the same things you guys said. The 2 mats, one fast, one slow. And for Billy, for your solution, since there's 2 mats, maybe you can stand on one while you're putting on the other.
There we go.
There you go.
That's a great idea.
Dave, I just need Dave to follow me around in life at all times. Yeah.
So now you're at the same level there.
The man and the logic.
You know what, Dave? I don't need you to solve my problems for me.
Yeah, you
okay?
do. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. Life's a lot easier.
Hey, that's what friends are for, right?
Yeah.
I really like the level up tab.
Dave, I just need you to
finally
listen.
said it.
I just need you to listen when I have a problem. That's all I need.
I'm a good listener.
The level up tab, Dave.
The level ups are, I think they really do take it up a level.
Oh, dear Lord.
It's intense.
I might not ever put them in.
Yeah.
We did.
I would.
Did anybody make it with both level up tabs in there?
No, it was impossible.
Dave was trying.
I tried.
It has to be the most perfect.
It's like trying to stop it on a sheet of paper.
He'll be up till 2 a.m. today trying to figure that out.
And you know what? He'll get it. And then he'll text us and be like,
yeah. We'll get a text message at 2:36 in the morning.
I got it. Into bed.
Yeah,
did it. I'm gonna conference Alex. It'll be morning time in Australia. I'll be like, dude, teach me.
What would it be? It'd be noon, 12:30 there,
something like that.
Yeah, it's 10 hours ahead.
Yeah.
That being said, he's gonna come on for an episode, so we definitely need to plug that. So
for sure.
I think that'll be really, really fun.
Yeah. So the other thing I actually really like about this over the previous version is the thickness of the mats. Because now I can actually put these on my tile floor and it won't affect the roll like it did with the thinner mat. So
I never thought they're rubber backing, so it'll stay.
My putout mat has actually been the base for my other HOLEMORE lately, just so that way I could actually roll it. So they're both getting used, just not in the way one was intended.
Yeah. Interesting.
Now, what's the price point of the Tour?
It retails for $159.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
And that was actually going to be one of my cons. It does cost more than the last version I bought.
Yeah,
so
but you get 2 putting mats.
You get 2 mats.
You doubled it.
And
it comes with
legit.
a lot more, right?
Yeah.
And it comes with better quality mats.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, another thing I would say is you can see that from the previous version that you owned to what we have now, that the main concept didn't change, right?
Right.
And
it hasn't changed since the first one I purchased.
Yeah. Quality's gotten better.
Oh, a lot better.
And the little features that have been added are benefits. Like I go back to the lines. That helped me. Like out of everything that it took away, like my putting stroke is all over the map. I need to work on, these things to get more consistent.
Because your hips are so far behind your heels.
Oh, okay.
That's a concept. What?
Oh
my God.
The mats might have been close, and people were looking at
what Billy's saying is his weight isn't centered properly, and it's causing him to pull the putter.
We're working on that. We're working on that.
Yeah.
But the upgrades that he's done to it are
amazing.
They're amazing. And they're great additions to it. So I'm excited to see
it's improved with every rendition or every variation of it. Yeah, it's definitely like even I look at the little ramp thing and it's Alex is nothing against, but it's plastic and it looks like you kind of pull it out and you're kind of like, oh, okay, look at this thing. It makes zero noise.
Yeah,
it rolls very true on it. It doesn't. There's no. There's clearly been some thought into that, and it works really well.
Yeah,
you wouldn't think it pulling out of the. You wouldn't think it pulling it out of the box.
Yes,
and
when you're removing the merchandise,
did that make it
thank
better,
you.
Billy?
Not sure. Yeah, but it's really good. And my hat's off to him that he's done. I think I'm building upon what Pete was saying of. There's clearly been a thought into the evolution of getting to where it is today. In the price point, yes, is more expensive, but there's been a lot of time and effort put into making it better, and I think it's worth it.
And you can putt on a 12.5-foot mat.
Yeah, you can do that.
I mean, that's
my
awesome.
putt-out mat is not. My putt-out mat only allows me to do 6-foot putts.
I would love to have every putt in my golf game be 6 feet, but it's not going to be the case.
It never happens.
So 12.5 foot, especially on the fast mat, is awesome.
Yeah.
Now this one goes up to top of the list for me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, out of the 3.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think the mats are perfect. And
Nice.
the same chicanery with the having it stick, 10% frustration.
I'd want both.
Addiction.
I still would want both. I want the putt out pressure trainer, and I would want this too.
Yeah.
I think just as variety. I'm not saying that either one is better than the other. I think that you have different challenges with each one. And the putt out, to me, it's easier to, like, my putt out basically sits out all the time. I feel like this, my wife would be like, will you put that away? So.
Yeah, my wife doesn't come down to the basement, so we're good.
I think my wife comes to the basement.
Yeah, we're gonna have to brawl over who gets to take this one home.
Yeah, get it. You get it.
Yeah, it's yours.
Yeah. Well, I didn't say it was his. He gets to have it first.
Yeah. You're already.
You run it this week. Billy gets in.
You're already the best
week.
putter in the group. Go be
true.
way better.
Yeah,
no,
that's
not
exactly
based on this
what I
past
mean.
weekend. But I'm going to try to get better using the HOLEMORE. So
okay,
Billy, tell the great news. That we have
the
for
great
everybody.
news. So you've listened this long. First off, thank you very, very much. We appreciate the support, but also for listening this far. Here's what you're going to get. If you go to boomerangputting.com, that's boomerangputting.com, and you use the promo code GGSAVE, GGSAVE, all in caps lock. I got to figure out you will save 20% off of your order.
Whoa.
20%.
That's huge.
Yeah, that's real big.
That is huge.
Yeah. So again, that's boomerangputting.com.
And
with the promo code GGSAVE.
We're getting close to the holidays.
Very close to the
Absolutely.
holidays.
Get your order
There are
now.
fathers and brothers
It's
and
a
brother-in-laws and
Yeah.
father-in-laws.
Exactly.
Snowing outside, you're not going to get to go out and play golf.
You're not going to want to putt outside. You're going to want to putt on this incredible Boomerang
Inside.
Putting HOLEMORE.
And
putts.
honestly, yeah.
And you're going to level up.
Yeah.
You're
You're
going
to
to
give it
level
to
up.
somebody, and they're going to be like, a month later, they're going to be like, thanks, I can't stop doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
It ships
I
from
haven't seen my
Australia,
husband
so
in
order
months.
it soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. It ships out of Australia, so there are some. It takes a little bit. Actually, not too long. Honestly, he sent it to us, and it took.
No.
It was
Right,
less
but
than
it
a
is
week.
the holiday
Yeah.
season.
It is the holiday season. Yes,
that is
but
gonna
it's
slow
not
things
the
down.
holiday season in Australia, aren't they?
It is.
Yeah,
They still
Oh.
have Christmas, but it's
Yeah.
just summertime.
It's just because their
Just
toilets
warm.
flush the other way.
So is December summer for them?
yes.
Oh my
Yes,
gosh.
And their toilets go the other way.
I don't think they
kidding
actually.
me?
I don't think they actually do.
That is not true.
Oh, they
I
don't?
think, I think
No,
that's
I-
false.
Oh, darn
Wow.
it.
I asked the Brazilian lady who lives next door to me.
Oh my God.
Really?
It's not true.
We're gonna need a video. Alex, if you're listening, if you've made it this
We
far
need
too,
toilet proof.
go ahead and send us
Yeah.
a video of you flushing your toilet, and we'll flush our toilets maybe simultaneously, and the
potentially.
waters will collide
Yeah,
at
we'll
Middle
see.
Earth, and it'll be great.
GG save? Is that,
GG
is that
save.
where we're at?
Yes,
Yeah.
GG
Go
save.
back to
All right.
it.
GG save, as in gripping golf. Isn't that amazing?
It is amazing.
Tell you
Go
what.
pick one up.
Dial
All
it
right.
They're awesome.
Thanks for listening. We enjoy you all.
Cheers.